Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well and having a nice weekend so far. This video should have been with you 2 weeks ago actually, so I'm sorry. It's been quite busy for me. I've been celebrating birthdays and like rushing around and doing different things, but that's no excuse. Anyway, I should have prepped for it. So this is a book review of The Vanishing Half by Britt Burnett. I love this book so much just because of some of the different themes that it touches on. Firstly, in terms of the two sisters' relationship in the novel, the two sisters. Basically, in a nutshell, this is a spoiler alert. This is a spoiler alert that basically there are two sisters who are living together initially, and one of them sort of falls in love with someone that she works with at work, and through this process she's actually passing, so she's basically telling people she's a white person and living a life as if she was a white person. So that's the term passing, what it refers to. And she falls in love with someone, and so through that she sort of runs away with him, and she then cuts off all her family basically, and she's a twin as well, so it's quite a poignant part of the book where one twin goes on to live a life as a white person, and she lives in like a rich neighborhood, and she even goes to the extent of mistreating another black family just to sort of keep up appearances and things like that as well, which I found so interesting. So one of the main themes of the book is colorism. So we see how one twin, who's Stella, is able to navigate the white world because of her skin complexion. She's able to pass and look like a white person. And we also see colorism in the other aspect as well, because one of the other twins has a child with someone who's much darker than herself, and that child is visibly black basically, and very dark skinned, and we see that how she's more treated in terms of like how people treat her at school and what people say about her and things like that as well. And there's that comparison of the different treatment, like there's two sisters and the different treatment that they experience because of their skin complexion of their children. And Stella goes on to have a child called Kennedy, who obviously, because of her mother's skin complexion and her father being a white man, she's visibly white as well. So colorism in that aspect as well, how she's able to navigate the white world even though she has a black parent effectively. And it was quite poignant to me, that part actually, because knowing that she actually has a black parent, but because of her expression of the gene in her skin, she can navigate the white world in a way that Jude, her cousin, who's darker skinned, would never be able to. And that's simply because of the way she looks visibly, even though they have like similar genes, you could say. But it's her expression of the gene that makes her able to navigate the white world basically. And another interesting part of the novel is how it touches on LGBTQ, like a love story aspect, because Jude falls in love with someone who's basically a trans man, and we view the way in which he's transitioning. He's requiring hormones to transition to be male, and he's also goes for surgery. So it's quite interesting because there are instances in which Jude's mother is asking about when can I have grandkids and when's this going to happen and those sorts of things. And you can see within the book that it's sort of like because of the treatment of LGBTQ community within certain ethnicities, Jude was never able to tell her mother that, okay, this person that I'm with is a trans male. So it had to keep up appearances in that way as well. So there's a lot of keeping up appearances in this book, to be honest with you. It's quite interesting. So Jude keeping up appearances with her mum in that aspect of her relationship, and also keeping up appearances with Stella and her family and passing as white, basically. And we see within the novel that Jude is able to somehow find her cousin Kennedy, and we see how that relationship goes in terms of Kennedy not associating herself at all as having any aspect of blackness in her. And we see the contrast between both of them as well, because Jude is basically striving to be a doctor so that she can obviously elevate herself in terms of her social economic background. And we see Kennedy, who's from a rich background, who appears as a white woman. She is not interested in terms of developing herself further in terms of her education. I think she dropped out of university, and then she wanted to do some acting on stage and things like that, which, although that's a career for many people, because she had the support of her family and things like that, she was able to delve into that sort of career, whereas Jude was thinking in terms of like, what career can I do to make sure that I can have a good like standard of living for myself and elevate myself. So that was quite interesting to see those two dynamics as well. And another thing that was interesting to me was that the dissociation that Stella seemed to have. I think she was the most poignant character to me, actually, because she was able to dissociate herself for so many years and just go missing when she had a family out there, when she had a twin sister, when she had a mother. And she returned to them much later, but then there had been so many years, she'd had a child by then and those sorts of things as well. So that part was interesting of about the things that people would do to climb, or what they believe to go higher in like a social society and things like that as well. And yeah, so I really enjoyed the book. I think I'm late to the party with this one. Like, it was one of those books that I wanted to read like so much sooner than I did, because I remember there was a time that was like I was on the train all the time and those sorts of things as well. But I'm happy I read it when I did, because I really enjoyed it. And I had the pleasure of having both the physical copy and the audio copy. So it was quite interesting that I started to read it, and I realised that it was on hold, and I feel like I didn't have enough time. So I really realised that I had the audio version on my phone, so I listened to the audio version as well to get the story. And I enjoyed the audio version as well on Audible. So anyway, this is just my quick review of The Vanishing Half by Britt Burnett. Hope you're all having a good weekend, so take care.